Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is my second installment with the British micro brand MHD. This is going to be their Streamliner model I'm going to talk about, but I have already mentioned and done a video on this. This is their daily driver DLC, and I was thoroughly impressed with the casework here and also the way it has this second barrel going on here, all at a very obtainable price. But this is a Mecca Quartz, where this one we have in front of us is a full automatic. It features the same, a lot of the same principles, but in a more grown-up way, if that makes sense, or a more conservative way, let's say. I do like when you go on their website, you can actually see where they get the design cues from, and this is from the old early 20s American kind of steam trains, locomotives they used to have. And it's those geeky things coming from a design background. I like that kind of thing. But anyway, let's talk sizes. We're talking a 40mm case size by 12mm thick, and a lug-to-lug furthest point across the watch here is 47mm. The strap size is 22mm, but it does taper down towards the buckle on this side. Now the dial, I think the dial is rather cool and interesting. It is available in different colours. This one here, I kind of like this. It's kind of, I like the way you've got different textures going on. It's obviously machined out of one piece of steel, or I'm not sure if it's steel or aluminium, to be fair, possibly aluminium. You have radial brushwork going on there. When I say brushwork, it just simply probably hasn't been finished, and it looks quite cool in that effect. And you've got these kind of different layers going on, and most importantly, it is also a sandwich dial. Now what I mean by that is the dial has cutouts, and there's another section below which will have these coloured sections in there, and I think that looks really cool. It's a bit random why you've got this section on this side. There must be some kind of reason, I don't know what it is, but it looks kind of cool for it. The date window, a nice round, keeping with all these kind of circular kind of cutouts or different levels going on, so I like that. And most importantly, I like this up here. It's actually a power reserve, and because it's all in one line, I like that you keep this, the symmetry. If I was to wind a watch, so if you're looking up at this here now, as I wind it, see how it starts to climb up there. And that, I say, it's an automatic watch with a power reserve, so if you're wearing it all the time, it will most probably stay full. It's also quite nice, but I don't know if you can really see it in this light, but it's got blued hands on there, which does look good. Now, there is loom on these blue hands, but unfortunately, that is all the loom you get, which, yeah, it's kind of, it's not a dive watch, so, you know, that is kind of acceptable. But I do like that dial. I think it just looks, it looks like a big chunk of metal, rather than any decorative stuff going on with the dial. Now, as we come past this, we have a sapphire crystal with one heck of a bit of beveling going on there, which is quite cool. AR coating to it. Now, the bezel itself, we have these, I don't know if they've just been pressed in there or if they actually go through the case. I'm not 100% sure, but they do look pretty cool. You have obviously straight line brushwork and a very nice polished edge going on around there. The actual casework also is a little bit interesting. You've got all the polish work going on here with brushwork at the side, and then you have this other section of the case. As to with their daily driver, this is made of 4 sections, all sandwiched together. So you have the Caseback, main body of a watch, this upper cover part, and the bezel. And I think they've done this just really cool. Now, I know on some watches, this inner part might be, like on Bremont's, I believe it's aluminium, which has been anodized. This is steel, and it's then been DLC coated, so it's a little bit more durable, and I think it does look quite cool for it. It's, you know, it just, I like that it's not just a simple case. They've actually gone to town with this. Now, as we turn it round, we have a case display case back. You do have the limited edition of the watch on the case back. This is limited to 200 pieces. Now, it is screwed down on the sides here. You do get 50 meters of water resistancy to this watch, so it's not the kind of watch you're going to take diving or anything like that. This is just for getting splashes on. Now, washing your hands and so forth, washing the car, whatever. The movement in the back of here is a Miyota 9100, I think it's 9132, 26 joule, around about 40 hours of power reserve. If I give that a little spin, you can see it spins quite nicely there. Now, the reason that spins so freely will basically mean it only winds the watch in a single direction. So there's zero resistance to it when it's spinning that way. But I must say, the actual kind of finishing of the movement back here does look pretty good. I think it does look quite nice. So 26 joules, it's not a bad movement really, to be fair. I did put it on the time graph and I think it was coming in around about 4 seconds. So fair play to it. It's actually been regulated really well. The crown itself, I should point out, isn't the screw down crown. It is just simply a, just push-pull crown. The leather strap, now this leather strap is a rally style and it does feel quite nice actually. Can't fault it. It's a very nice, well finished strap. We do have the MHD on the on the buckle up there. One fixed keeper, one floating keeper. Overall, it feels nice. Now, this is also available at an extra cost. You can get a metal bracelet on there. But in some ways, I actually do quite like the strap on this watch. I think it does look quite cool and in keeping with the actual design of the watch. Let me put this on my wrist. You can see how it looks. Zoom out here, quick wrist check. I've got a Draken on at a moment. Bob, what do you have, sir? The EZM2, my first ever Zim watch. Classic. So anyway, my wrist size is 7¼ inches. So let's have a look, see how this looks on there. I always like when you get these small companies and you always kind of hope they do well. So it would be nice to see this company do well. And I do like the fact that they're quite open on their design processes of the watch. Now overall, I think that sits really well. It hunkers down quite nicely. The strap does look nice. And I quite like the watch. I don't know what you guys think, but I'm quite keen on this one. It does look good. It has got a fair bit of heft to it, I must say. It's not a light watch in any way, shape or form. But, some people prefer a lighter watch, some don't. I think this does carry a bit of heft to it. And I kind of like it for that. I think it's kind of quite cool. But anyway, let me know in the comments below. Is this a kind of brand you'd kind of back and see how they do? Or does it not do it for you? I'll be quite interested to see what you guys think. Anyway, most importantly, guys, stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next review. Take care. Bye.